with Brexit, and I think Brexit is a big thing, I'll not go into the whole thing, there's a thing called the Euratom Treaty, and that was done away with. The Euratom Treaty was any European country that produced nuclear power had to dispose of the nuclear waste within that country. That's done away with now. Basically, there's no human rights transposed across or no environmental laws. What we're talking about in terms of the gold mine, it started off at 1 billion and then it jumped up to 4 billion in value. The precious metal and minerals is worth hundreds of billions of pounds. This is worth trillions. And why is it worth trillions? Because there's no Euratom Treaty. We're not necessarily talking about all the UK's waste. We're talking about any non-EU country. So America or Canada or Japan, we can take their waste. So it may not be just one GDF, it could be several GDFs. Again, this is national security. Whenever you're talking about nuclear waste, you're talking about a half-life of thousands of years. So then the question is, in 2015, this is a national strategic infrastructure project. 2014, the Northern Ireland Executive, led by Sinn Féin and the DUP, agreed for a GDF to be here. National security. It's going to be there thousands of years. That's a big question and a constitutional issue. So whenever Sinn Féin used to be talking about a United Ireland, they must have taken into account of this, because that means it's not going to be United Ireland as they first or as they used to talk about. Again, as I said beforehand, what I've seen there for starting this about green and orange politics, I see they've been playing us green and orange throughout. This is not about green and orange. They are using us as green and orange to divide us and keep us separate and to fight against each other. Really, we should be coming united together on this pact and on all of this, because they're just using that as a weapon for us. We, to be honest, should see through this and see through their politics there, because it's not and they're currently using that there now to bring down Stormont in terms of the United, the unity question, the Northern Ireland Protocol, the legacy issue, the Irish Language Act, or who's going to be First Minister. They can use any one of them there to divide us and trying to get the vote up. So basically there, Mary Lou has been talking about working with the Commonwealth, the shared Ireland and New Ireland. This is a change of policy. But bear in mind, both sides agreed to this. The Unionists and Sinn Féin, this is a joint thing. This is at the time of 2014, this is a coalition party. Everybody agreed to this. So that to me means it has been signed and sealed already. I know I'm going to say that they're not, but it doesn't make any other sense of they jointly issued this.
It demonstrates, Pat, I suppose, the highest level of complicity to the damage of the own lands. It really demonstrates, I suppose, the fact that relentless kind of, divide and conquer mechanisms have been utilized upon the people up in Northern Ireland, and this is just an absolute microcosm of it.
Absolutely. Well, what they're trying to do here is we are the industrialized zone. We can see that. And the South's 28% too. And they're not unaffected too. They're actually in it, but they're sleepwalking into it too because they don't realize it.
Yeah.
Whenever there's going to be nuclear waste facility or storage thing, the next thing you'd be thinking is, because waste is such a big problem, and it is a big problem there, because in terms of nuclear waste, what they do it is they get the nuclear waste, then they vitrify it, they get sand and they melt it, and then they get to make it a glass surround, then they get concrete and lead. It's really heavy to move, whatever. So really, whenever you have nuclear waste, you will have nuclear power. A few years ago, Boris mentioned at the start there's going to be 3 small modular reactors for nuclear power. Then he's talking about 10 to 15. Rolls-Royce is the ones that are going to be doing it. These are between £2 and £6 billion per facility. Basically, they're more waste, low carbon, but twice as expensive, hence the carbon tax. So I believe these will be here if the other thing gets there. And again, you're not going to find this in any government department or wherever, but look at the picture and look what's happening all around just in terms of the green energy and the climate change and everything else. And bear in mind, nuclear is low energy, low carbon.